So, there is someone in your niche. She sews at the same level as you. She has the same level of finishing as you. She has the same price range. You sell at a similar price. You live in the same location, the same environment, a similar type of client base. But somehow she's making more money than you. And you know what makes it so confusing? Her work is not necessarily better than yours. So, what is happening? Why is she making more money than you, despite the fact that you have the same skills? We're going to be exploring fashion profitability through that lens on today's Fashion Daily Fix. My name is Rura Olaubaka, and I am called your profitable fashion coach. Yes, because I am obsessed about making sure your fashion business is profitable. Let's move from creativity, talent, being badass designers to profitability. And so, through the course of this live stream, I'll be showing you strategies that can put you on a better path to profitability. So, stay with me. Now, let's move. So, we're exploring same skills, but why is she making more money than me? Why? Now, we're going to explore this topic today through the lens of a marketing structure. And what is marketing? Marketing is the entire ecosystem by which your product gets in front of your customer remembers that product, purchases that product, comes back for more, and refers people. So it's the entire ecosystem. Marketing is not just one thing, it is a series of actions that make an ecosystem. That is what marketing is. And we are going to be exploring that structure as much as we can through the 30 minutes we have in today's life. Now, let's start with the basic. You have excellent skills. I hope we know that skills are instruments of attention grabbing, right? So your skills bring attention. When you make that dress that looks so beautiful and you put it up online, that skill shows. People see it and say, wow, this is so nice. This is so lovely. Can I buy this? Can I buy this? Can I buy this? So skill, your your skill set as a dressmaker, as someone who makes excellent clothes, who crafts excellent clothes, that skill gets you noticed. That skill brings you attention. Perhaps that skill brings you more followers. But let's draw a contrast line, shall we? Let us draw a line of contrast between two people. So let's say we have designer A and designer B. Now, what does designer A do? Designer A posts once a day. Designer A hopes that people get into the DM. Designer A doesn't have a process by which she generates leads, whether it is through previous customer retention, whether it's through building a mailing list, whether it's through building WhatsApp group, whether it's through broadcast channels, whether it's through, they don't have any system for lead generation. So, designer A kind of hopes that things happen. Designer A hopes that people come into the DM. Designer A hopes that that excellent skill that they has gets noticed when they post. So they post once a day. They hope people get into the DM. They don't have any lead generation method. And by lead generation, I mean, how do you get people to ask you how much is this cloth? Simply put, that's lead generation. How do you get people to say, how much is this? Oh, this is beautiful, I want. What system brings people into that process? So you don't have any system for lead generation. You don't have any system for follow-up. So people send you a message and say, oh, how much is this? And you say, oh, it's so amount. They're like, okay, let me think about it, I'll get back to you. Or I'll get back to you at the end of the month. Or they ask you all these questions, but you have no system of tracking. So if they don't get back to you, they fall off the radar. That one is just gone. Or you have customers who buy from you, they bought from you in the past, and they still want to buy from you. So you You need to reach out to them, to prompt them, to remind them that, you haven't bought to, yeah, end of month is reaching, Mother's Day is coming ahead, you know, that system. But you have no follow-up system. There's no means by which you don't even have a customer database. You don't have a customer CRM. So things just kind of get lost in transit. Do you understand? So if the customer doesn't find you, if the customer doesn't message you, if the customer doesn't say, I want this, you don't have any system by which you bring that person in and say, this is this or this is that. You don't have any system. Designer A has no conversion system. So these leads that you generated that came into your funnel, whether that funnel is on WhatsApp, whether it's your website, whatever, you don't have any system. There's nobody that sits in your sales teams that their job is to convert those leads, to listen to the customer's objection. Oh, what fabric is this? What material do you use? How is the fit? Is it relaxed? Is the fabric heavy? Those are the questions. So sometimes you have those objections with customers, but because you are too busy, you don't have time to sit down, sit with those objections, get into the customer psychology and say, yes, this fabric is this fabric is the other one, this is what this one does, this is what this one doesn't do, and all that. You can't get into the customer psychology. So you are not able to now convert those customers. So let's say you use money to run ads, and you heard that ads, give you a lot of followers on Instagram. So you run ads. Now, you have finished running those ads and you have generated a lot of leads. Of course, some leads may be qualified, some may not be qualified. So let's say you have qualified leads. And who are qualified leads? People who can actually afford to buy your product, but they just need a little prompting. But because designer A doesn't have a conversion system that moves those qualified leads from, I want this, to, oh yeah, open wallet, take all my money. There's nobody in DM saying this fabric or this fit, this is our best-selling design for this reason. When you wear it, it takes you to church, it takes you to simple evening events. The fabric is so breathable. You just look like you just make sense. When you come out, you'll be looking like an aguwanyi. Things that prompt the customer and push them through that funnel. Because you don't have that system in place, you have a situation where the customers fall off at conversion. So yes, your ads generated good quality leads, but you had no system that when these leads come, I will hook them. If you enter my DM, you must buy. You don't have that system. So your leads are falling off. And then you have no customer retention plan. I like to call it customer experience plan. When you read marketing books, there's this book I love, the One Page Marketing Plan, and it says that you need to have things that are called shock and awe packages for your customers, like retention plans that just make the customer want to come back. You need to have a plan so that when a customer comes into your system, the next time they want to buy, they're coming back to you before your competitor. If you are not thinking in that way and building that system in a reputable manner, whether it's through vouchers, discount codes, free gifts, you need to have something that constantly brings people into your funnel, or refer a friend and get 50% off. You need to have these things. If you don't have that retention plan, then you're designer A, right? Now let's contrast with designer B. Who is designer B? Designer B has a lead magnet. And what do I mean by lead magnet? They have something that is bringing people into a funnel. So let's say they are running ads and they have a hero product. So you have a product, they've been able to identify who their customer is, and they have a hero product. And of course, if you don't know anything about who your customer is, I have a course called Creating a Winning Customer Persona for Your Fashion Business. That course takes you deep into, many times people say, how do I know my customer? How will I know who my customer is? How do I decide who I want to sew for? That course will get you into places of thinking that you have never gone to before. That was why I created that course. And it's up on our seller store. The link is in the description box for you. So let's move. So let's say designer B now, they know their customer with clarity. They know the person who they are designing for. They are not designing just anything. They are designing for a specific woman. They are meeting a specific part in her market. They are meeting a specific need. right? They have a clear lead magnet, whether that lead magnet is in form of a landing page, whether it is in form of a WhatsApp list, whether it's in form of a community, whether it's in form of offers that are dropping into a particular CRM. They have a lead magnet system. Designer B has a CRM, again coming back to CRM, somewhere where they are capturing names, they are capturing phone numbers, they are capturing emails, so that even if these leads come pre-qualified and they fall off the radar, they already have them somewhere that they can go back and retarget and say, okay, you fell off the first time, but this design is back in stock in this color and all that. They have a system where they can go back and retarget. So that's designer B. Designer B nurtures their leads. They don't just allow people just go away. End of month, they say, oh, it's payday, get 10% off, happy birthday. This year we're giving you 10% to recognize what you've done. They have a plan for nurturing leads. When people ask questions, they have a defined conversion process. They have a sales script. That sales script is one of the things that is inside our Fashionpreneur SOP vault. They have a sales script so that when people say they have objections, you know exactly what they are telling those people. They have a definite sales script. They have a conversion system. And then, of course, they have retention strategy. Whether that retention is buy one get one free, bring your friend, or you can have loyalty cards where they buy three things, they get one thing, they buy five, they get another, they buy 10, they get, you have that loyalty card system. Or they also have repeatable campaigns. Every time they're running a campaign, they are paying attention to the seasons, they are knowing the things that need to be run per time, and they are running them. So they have the same skills, right? Designer A and designer B, they have the same skills. They have the same talents. But guess what? They have different systems. They're operating in the same environment, but they have different systems. Designer A is hoping, praying that the algorithm is favorable to her. Designer B has a plan. She's not leaving anything to chance. She's putting all her cards on the table, firing on all four arsenals. What designer do you think will make more money? I want to see it in the comment section. What designer do you think will make more money? If you're here on this live, you want to share this link, bring your friends in, bring your fashion entrepreneurs in, bring any business owner in, because the things we share in the fashion PFA Fashion Daily Fix, it is something that will benefit anybody in any industry, because guess what, business principles are the same. You take it, you apply it, it gives you repeatable results. So like, share, subscribe, and bring someone in. So let's move. So yes, we've explored that they have two systems, but one is making more money. So why? The first thing I need you to understand is that posting is not visibility. Put that in the comment section. Posting is not visibility. Does posting help visibility? Definitely. Definitely, posting helps visibility. So yes, I currently am running something where I'm trying to push myself on my team to be able to do, 8 to 10 posts a day across all platforms. So we're coming in with a system by which we can do that. If you want to join us, please follow us on Instagram at the Profitable Fashionpreneur. Follow us on Instagram at Wura NG, and you will see us doing that. So let's move. Posting is not visibility. Marketing is what is the main thing, because marketing is conversion. So if posting gives you visibility, it is marketing that gives you conversion. Because if you are posting without having a marketing plan, it's like you are pouring water in a basket. When I hear people say, oh, I ran ads, the ads did not convert, I don't even know, my money just went, I'm like, how did you run the ads? What were your metrics? What was your conversion location? Where were you? What was your CRM? How were you gathering the data of people that were coming in? You need to know these things. So posting is visibility, but marketing is conversion. And what does this mean? It means that you can post consistently, you can get likes, You can get comments, get saves, but if you don't capture your leads, you don't have a lead capturing system. You don't move them into a place, whether it's a WhatsApp group, whether it's a mailing list, whether it's a CRM, whether it's a Google Sheet, whether it's a Google form, whatever. You don't have somewhere that you're moving them into. You don't nurture them. Every day, new arrivals, get 2% off, get 5% off. You don't nurture them. Every day, they are not seeing you in their face. You need to put them somewhere. They need to have a community somewhere where you are not looking for your people. You know where they are. If you don't know where your people are in this day, it's a disservice to you. Because you will be posting, but you will not see, you will not, where your sales they come from, you cannot find it. These are the issues. So, if you don't have a system for capturing leads, moving them to a community somewhere, WhatsApp group, Google Forms, Google Sheets, whatever, nurturing them, converting them, and then having a customer retention plan. You don't have all these things in place. You are just posting. You don't have, that is where your money is going to, please. So yes, you have the skill, you have the talent. You and your friend, you're doing the same thing. You have similar designs, you're in the same city. You even have similar networks, but she's making more money because she has a system. She has been able to systemize her marketing structures. Have you? If you don't have a system, then what you are doing is entertaining. Like you're dancing on TikTok, you dance, you finish, people are hyped up and then they go, but you don't know where they are. And me, that I'm talking to you on this live, I was there. In fact, I think up until about 2 years ago was when I started intentionally building those systems. Because you see, part of the things that happens to early founders is that you do not have enough examples. So you're just building blindly. And that's where I was. So it was in my late founding level that I'm like, hold up, I shouldn't be doing that. I should be doing this. I need to have this. And that is why, for instance, the way I founded Rural NG, and the things I learned over the years, and the way I've now founded the Profitable Fashionpreneur Academy, and the way I'm pushing it are different. Because the skill set I have now are different. And it is those skill sets that I now have that I'm translating to fashion entrepreneurs to make sure that you never have to go through what I went through. Because it's a dangerous place to be. I never say that I lost time because I learned through that experience. And it is that experience that has equipped me to be able to pick someone else, take them on that journey, and know with exactitude where they are coming out. So when you pass through any PFA boot camp, I know where you will be at the end of the boot camp. I'm not wondering if you will come into the boot camp and just get transformation. I'm not wondering. I know exactly where you will be when you come out of a PFA ready to wear boot camp. So, because I have been able to create a system and structure out of the things, out of my own personal experiences as a fashion brand owner like you, me and you, we are in these trenches. But because I've been able to document and create a system, I can now lead you through it. Now, how does that relate to you? I am saying that your talent without a system is going to give you visibility without conversion. Conversion means no sales. No sales means no business. The greatest thing that you need in business is more sales. Sales cures all. There is no problem you have in your business that more sales cannot fix. Because you don't have money, your business will choke. So at the end, we are moving from visibility to money making, profitability. That's why we are here. So if you are not having a strong system for lead generation, lead conversion, nurturing, retention, you are entertaining, you're not marketing, you are a TikToker, you're dancing, you are not marketing, you are not building a brand, you are just entertaining people, and we don't want that. That's not what we want. Hope is not a marketing strategy. Prayer is not a marketing strategy. And that is why even the Bible says, see that a man diligent in his business. Diligence is the ability to stay, the ability to dig, the ability to go deeper. Why is this thing not working? What system can I put in? How can I drag it out? How can I make it work? Diligence is the ability to stay. That's why he said, see that a man that is diligent, stewarding, discipling the gift that God has given you. You don't do that, you can't see transformation. So, now, this is where it goes deeper. Let's go deeper. So that designer A in my example is praying and hoping. You know, it's a people say, you can do anything that you want to do. It's God that decides who will be rich. It's God that decides, some people just come with luck. That is a life from the pit of hell. Success has a system and failure has a system too. Each of them is engineered. It's not hope, it's strategy. So, if designer A is waiting for new customers every month and starting from zero every time, designer B has a system. Designer B has built a mailing list. When she wants to run retargeting ads, she has 10,000 people on her mailing list. She's dropping it. Even if 1% converts, that's 100. If 10% converts, that's 1,000. She has 1,000 people, her 1,000 true fans at her fingertips. She's not waiting for Mark Zuckerberg. The day he decides to take Facebook down, she has a mailing list. She will meet them in the emails. It was Joyce Awoshika of Oriki that was saying how during COVID, because she had built a mailing list, she was able to meet customers at the most vulnerable period. And that was how her business blew. Because she was feeding them with ways to rejuvenate their mind, to rejuvenate their body. So as people were coming out of COVID, they wanted her to come and have massages in their house for them. And that was how she built another brand of her business. Because she had that infrastructure. I didn't used to have that infrastructure, but now, try me now. My customers they're no loss. I know where they did now. I wasn't like that. And that is why I can teach you that marketing is not hope. Marketing is not posting. Marketing is not praying who will enter your DM. Marketing is a systematic attempt. When you sit down and you see messages from brands, let's say you shop abroad, New Look, Zara, whatever, you see they'll send you mailing lists. Every time you go to shop, they have a lead capture system. Sign up and get 10% off. They've collected your email, so you can remain relevant to them. That's the kind of system you need to create. So designer B has built a list. She knows how to retarget. She knows where her target is. If she has something new running, she doesn't even, you might never even see her posting on Instagram. But she's selling inside. She's selling deep down. She knows how to run a structured campaign. And then she knows how to resell to old buyers. That's the system you need to be creating to be able to market beyond you. That's what we are talking about. You follow the customers so that they can give you their money. If you are not staying, if they cannot see you, if they cannot hear you, they would want your product, but they will think of somebody else that is more visible than you. That's what's happening. Repeatability reduces pressure. And do you know what? The cost of customer acquisition of an old customer, or rather, the cost of customer retention is cheaper than the cost of customer acquisition. So it is easier for you to retain old customers than to acquire new ones. Repeatability reduces pressure. When your marketing system is predictable, your income becomes predictable. So let's say you have built your mailing list and you have, let's even say it's 1,000 people on your mailing list. Do you know that means that every month you can predict that you can have 100 sales? And then if your average order value is, let's say, 50,000 naira, you can predict that if I have 100 sales this month at 50,000 naira, I'm going to be able to make 100 sales at 50,000 in that much, 5 million. I'm going to be able to make 5 million in sales. And then if you now say, okay, I want to be able to scale this. You'll be able to say, okay, this is the system I've built. This is how I can scale it. So when your marketing is predictable, your income becomes predictable. Put that in the comment section. When your marketing is predictable, your income becomes predictable. So now let me quickly show you 4 marketing systems that designer B has and has put in place that makes her able to make more money than designer A, despite the fact that they have the same skill set, the same environment, the same type of products. 4 things. Number 1, lead generation. What is lead generation? Where are strangers becoming prospects? How are strangers finding you? Designer A has answered that question. She knows where her customers are coming from and where they are finding her. Number 2, lead capture. How am I gathering these people that I'm gathering? Where am I collecting them to? How am I capturing it? Is it a WhatsApp group? Is it a mailing list? Is it what system am I building for lead capture? That is it. Designer B has a lead capture mechanism. Number 3, a conversion pathway. So when people come into your system, you have a clear pathway that moves them from interested to paying, from interest to payment. You have a clear pathway. So Designer C has an interest pathway. Number 4, you have a retention strategy. How do you sell to them again? What is the method by which these people will come back? So now that they've come into my system, how do I make sure I'm not looking for them again? What is my retention strategy? What puts me at the top of the line the next time they need my product and not my competitor? Even if my competitor is in their face, what puts me at the top of the line? Am I giving them freebies, free gifts, shock and awe packages, buy one, get one free, refer a friend and get 50% off? There are so many offers. Craft a compelling one. If you don't have these 4, you don't have a marketing system. What you have is content. Yes, I said it. You don't have a lead generation system, a lead capture system, a conversion pathway that is clear, understandable, and easy for the customer to follow, and a retention strategy. You have a content system. You don't have a marketing system. So, why does it feel unfair that designer A is not making as much money as designer B? It feels unfair because for so long we have been sold the narrative that sewing better brings better sales. I want you to drop it today. And don't get me wrong, am I saying you should not have technical skills? Of course not. Technical skills, if you followed me long enough, you know that I say technical skills are your core. That's where we start from. But beyond that, you need to move to business skills. You're in business to make money. This is a business. It's not a hobby. You're not a hobbyist. You're here to make money. So sales are not about sewing. They're about systems. The market rewards visibility and turns that visibility into conversion. If you don't have a structured way by which that visibility becomes conversion, the market is not going to reward you. The market will not tell you well done for posting content. It's not enough. Especially with the way the algorithm works now, posting content is simply just not enough anymore. So I always like to use the story of Joseph. When Joseph became a prime minister after all his years of doing the grind, doing the hard labor, suffering, being a house boy, a boy. Yeah, he was a butler in Potiphar's house before he got sent to prison, before he saw vision, before he went to the palace. In the palace he served, before he became prime minister, right? But after that, when he was now prime minister and he was put in charge of bringing his dream to pass, he just didn't store grain. That was not what he did. He designed a distribution system. He designed control assets for the grains that needed to be kept for a particular period. He managed the flow of resources. No, we can't eat everything that we are making. We need to keep. There will be 7 years of famine. For 7 years of famine to pass, we need to have this system. That means that we are keeping this amount of grain because we need to be selling. We will not just be eating. We have to make money. So we need to store what we eat. We need to store what we sell. He created a system that allowed him to be able to take Egypt through 7 years of famine. Visibility without conversion is a waste. You are spending money on ads so you get visibility. You don't have conversion, you have wasted that money. So what can you fix today? What can you fix now? I always like us to leave the fashion daily fix, the fashion fix daily with implementable strategies. What can you leave now? Number one, define your lead magnet system. Where are your leads going to? When you run those ads, where do they go? Is it a WhatsApp group? Is it a mailing list? Is it a website? Define it. Number two, create one campaign that is repeatable. Find your hero product. Go through your data. What was in the last 3 months? What's that singular product that you have sold more than any other product? Focus on it. Again, repeatability is how we scale in ready to wear. Forget all these 1 million designs. Do one, do it well, hit it, scale it. So create one repeatable campaign. Track conversions on that campaign. And then build a reoffer system for old customer. So I've said 4 things. Number one, define where your leads go to. That's your lead capture system. Create a repeatable campaign. Track your conversion so you know what to scale. And then build an reoffer system for old customers. What keeps old customers coming back? Now, instead of starting from zero every month, we have created a system that will help you stop starting from zero. And what is that? It is our Fashionpreneur SOP bundle. Because that bundle gives you a marketing system that actually helps you move. It helps you move from hello to money in your pocket. So that you're able to have a content control, SOP pricing, SOP order fulfillment, profit protection, role clarity. Marketing without structure will collapse on that growth. If you market, you do it. Have you seen where you did ads, right? Maybe you even paid an out consultant. They did a true story. This happened to me before. You did ads. By the time the orders started coming in for these ads, you paused the ads because you did not have a system to collect those orders. You were not ready. Sometimes I tell my mentees that if God blesses you the way you want, now, are you ready to receive that blessing? You're asking to be able to make 100 million. Do you have the system that can make that money? Marketing without structure will collapse under growth. So, you and your friend have the same skill. We know. The problem is that you have different systems, and that is why you have different income. So, stop competing on crafts and start competing on structure. Structure is how we scale. So if she's making more money than you, it is not magic, it is systems. Drop a comment and say vault, and we will reach out to you with our SOP vault that will help you create these systems that scale. Thank you for joining us on today's episode of the Fashion Daily Fix. I will see you tomorrow with yet another exciting topic. Same time, same station. Have a nice evening, fashionpreneurs, and I will see you tomorrow.
First of all, I want to thank you, Wura, for putting up this bootcamp.
Thank you, Coach Wura. You are a blessing to us in this bootcamp and to your generation at large.
Coach, you are amazing. I love your teaching. I love how you are genuinely teaching us and you genuinely want us all to be successful and to start right.
Thank you, Coach Wura.
And thank you, Coach Wura, for investing in the next crop of fashion entrepreneurs.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
And so you're a fantastic teacher, being able to break down to the nitty-gritty in the simplest of ways that even a baby would understand and be able to implement.
I have never had so much thinking about my business. Like, my eyes are just opening every day to new things.
And I'm really grateful for this platform, because it has made me to realize that in order to be successful, you have to build systems.
It has really been an eye-opening journey for me. I finally understood the power of having clear standard operating procedures for my business.
I have never seen a more consistent person in my life. The kind of way you inspire us, even if we are ashamed to give excuses in the bootcamp. So for me, Wura is a real deal. Go and check her out.
Thank you so much, PFA.
I'm really proud to, call you my coach.
Thank you, Coach Wura.
God bless you.